Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Media Boat Podcast, your weekly rundown where we talk movies, TV, music, and video games. Not necessarily in that order, though. My name is Mike. His name is Matt.
My name is Matt. His name is Mike. Thank you for joining us on the Media Boat Podcast. It is October the 7th, 2027. Whoa, no, it's not. 2025.
Do you time travel there?
Just rolled with the sevens there. October 7th, 2025 is the date. And this is episode 507, speaking of sevens. So, yeah, thanks for joining us. We have a lot to talk about, so let's get going.
Let's start off with the music section. Start the music section with the Billboard. Start the Billboard with the Hot 100. And the hottest song in the land is still Golden by Huntrix and your various artists. At number two, Ordinary by Alex Warren. Coming at three, Tits for Tat by Tate McRae. But coming in at four is What I Want by Tate McRae, featuring Morgan Wallen.
Opposite, but
Yes,
sure.
reverse that. And right, your top five, Daisies by Justin Bieber. As for your albums chart, you have Billboard 200. At number one is indeed K-pop Demon Hunters soundtrack by various artists. And will be the last time it'll be at number one. Maybe. At least it won't
We'll
be number
see.
one next week. At number two is the problem himself, Morgan Wallen. Coming at three, Am I the drama by Cardi B? And the answer is yes. Coming in at four, Vi by Doja Cat. And running out your top five, Man's Best Friend by Sabrina Carpenter. If you didn't like any of those albums, we have new releases, including Paw by Avery Tucker, The Life You Save by Flock of Dimes, Belong by Jay Som, After the Sun Goes Down by Khalid.
Khalid.
Well, it's not the DJ, it's the
No,
other one.
no. Yes, Christy does this all the time. She gets the two of them confused. I'm like, no, Khalid and then DJ Khaled, two different guys.
Yes. We also have Fatal Optimist by Maddie Diaz, Infinite by Mob Deep, Blight by The Antlers, and lastly, Better Days by Yellow Card. Yes, that yellow card still hanging out at Ocean Avenue.
Yep, yep, yep.
All right. Before we get into our big news, which I bet you know what it is we're going to talk about. Real quickly, prayers for Dolly. She's in the hospital. She had to
Yes.
cancel last week her stay at Las Vegas, which was supposed to come up in December. According to her, I believe it was her sister that reached out to the publicist that it does not look good, but send the prayers, send the vibes. Dolly, we hope you get better. Speaking of Dolly, isn't this her goddaughter, I believe?
No, you're thinking of Miley Cyrus.
I am thinking of Miley Cyrus. I knew it was a country act.
Yeah, of
I don't
sorts.
remember her singing on a TV show. All right. Well, she might as well be all of our godmothers, but all right. Let's talk about the life of the showgirl as it became the second highest weekly sales tally for any album ever.
Mhm.
After just one day, per Billboard, Luminate has reported that the album has sold 2.7 copies on Friday. I'm sorry, 2.7 million copies on Friday. That breaks her personal record for the most records ever sold in a week and also anyone else's, except for one that belongs to Adele. The record for the most album sales in one week is held by Adele's 25, which sold 3.4 million copies within its first 7 days, all the way back in 2015. Oh, wow, 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Oof. So, where is Adele's 35, you may be asking? Well, Taylor Swift still had 3 days of sales activity left to surpass that mark because we're recording on Tuesday and the week doesn't end for her till Friday.
Yes. Yeah, it's quite a milestone. No surprise though, really, when you think about it. And yes, this is of course where we can talk about Taylor kind of playing the game a little bit by introducing all those different vinyl variants. I feel like this has gotten worse every new record. And yeah, it's pretty bad. This time I get an email from Taylor Nation every day now about a new vinyl variant color or this one has acoustic tracks. Oh wait, now this one has those acoustic tracks plus it has like a couple of voice memos about writing the song. And I'm like, all right, Taylor, come on. Let other people sell some records. Like you don't need to do this. But yeah, whatever. Of course it did. Is the answer to the story. Of course it did.
Of course it did. I thought she wasn't doing any bonus tracks or vault tracks for this album.
She technically didn't. There are no additional tracks besides the 12, just acoustic versions of the existing tracks that were part of that 12. That's see, there's a loophole there.
The technically it's not a new
Yes,
song, it's just a
technically no.
variant of the song.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we can talk about it because you're wearing
Yeah.
orange and you listened to it.
I
I
did
assume that
listen to
wasn't on
it.
purpose.
No, actually, it wasn't. But that's a funny coincidence I didn't think about. Did you listen to that?
Yes, I did.
Yes.
I listened to
Okay.
it a couple times.
I was gonna say, how many times have you listened to it?
Uh, three once throughout,
Okay. Oh,
where I didn't have
okay.
to like stop and start, stop and start.
Right, right, right. Okay. So I probably have in total maybe done six or seven at this point.
Okay.
Runs all the way through. I don't even know where to start.
All right, let's start at the beginning because it's a pretty good song, The Life of Ophelia. Let's start at the beginning here.
Yeah,
It's a pop song. It's a pop record.
yeah.
Catchy.
That is, yeah, as a first song, it's interesting because it's kind of a little bit of a bait and switch. It starts and it sounds like, oh, are we getting something tortured poetsy? Are we
Hmm.
getting something folklory? It's got that Aaron Dessner beat, even though Dessner didn't work on it. But then it kind of does morph into something else, and it's very clear that it's a pop song. I remember when I listened to it when it first like was available at 9 on Thursday night,
Hmm.
and Christy was still in the room at that point. She hadn't gone to bed yet, though it wouldn't take very long for her to tap out. Um, and I remember saying to her, "This sounds like Fortnite covered by Selena Gomez."
See, I was thinking more Lana Del Rey.
See, there is a little bit of Lana Del Rey. I was definitely thinking of her with some of the choices in Elizabeth Taylor, track two.
Yes.
And Christy also said that as well. Um, but overall, I do think it's grown on me a lot. Today, I was listening to Fate of Ophelia. That is, I was listening to Fate of Ophelia today. I was like, yeah, no, all right, I'm on board now. I'm fully on board. And generally, I'll let the cat out of the bag now. That's how I basically feel about this record. I'm on board. I like it a hell of a lot more than Tortured Poets. I don't think it's her strongest pop record. I don't even think the highs are as high as she reaches even on Lover, which is another album that feels lopsided to me. This is a record that is not even close to being perfect, not even close to being her best. I don't even think it's as good as Midnight's. But the amount of vitriol that people are talking about of this thing and the amount of hate it's getting on the internet is baffling to me. I don't get what record they're listening to because I've had a great time with this thing. I think it's a good Taylor record. I think that the pop songs are poppy in the way that you'd want it to. I think the production, oh my God, what a step up from Tortured Poets. Things aren't muffled anymore in that Jack Antonoff style. It feels like the mixing is great. Max Martin just got in there and engineered the hell out of this thing, and you can tell every song sounds amazing, even the ones that I don't care for. And there are two songs I don't care for, and I'm gonna have you try to guess which two I do not care for on this record.
I'm going to assume one of them is canceled.
Yes,
That was the easy one to pull out there.
nailed it. Got it. Got
All
one.
right. The second one, I'm going to go with Wish List.
I like Wish List. Okay, that's not the second.
Okay.
That's not the other one.
Oh, don't tell me it's the Dead Boyfriend one.
No, no, I actually really like that song.
Okay, good, because I like that one
That
too.
has a
I've
killer
seen mixed reviews on
bridge.
that one.
That is a really good bridge. I really like how
Yes.
that ends. I think that that earns it. I think at the beginning I was like, I don't know how I feel about this concept, and then she totally makes it worth it by the end of the song. I think that that's definitely that is like this album's "You're on Your Own, Kid" for me.
Hmm.
In the way that it ramps up.
Yes.
No, actually, romantic.
Okay. Yeah, I
Yeah,
can see that.
I think as a song it's fine. But what it's trying to do, I am not on board with at all, which we can talk about in a little bit. But before we pivot, because that's a whole can of worms that we have to open.
Hmm.
Before we get there, where were you landing on the record? Did you like it?
I like you said, not one of her strongest.
No.
It did take me a couple of times to get through it. Just one with my schedule, two
Yeah.
kept stopping and starting, just trying to listen to it. I did listen to Ophelia a couple times over, so
Hmm.
I got more used to it, more to the tone, more to the feel of what she's going for with it, with this album, with this record. But then Opalite hits, and it's like, okay, there's the jam. That's what I'm here for.
That is my favorite on the whole thing. That is my fit like that is upper echelon Taylor track for me already.
Hmm.
Like it's such a bop. It's so good.
Dance it through the onyx nights,
Yeah, it's good. It's
in
good.
between the lightning strikes. Everything is opalite.
Yeah, it has a really
Yes,
great bridge.
and
It's got that classic Taylor bridge that just keeps the momentum going, Cruel Summer
classic
style.
Taylor color
It's good.
iconography in
Yes.
it.
Yeah, yeah. It hits all the notes for me for what I want in a Taylor song. So yeah, that's definitely a highlight.
Hmm. But yeah, I think overall for me, it is kind of middling. I'd say I'd give it a 7.7 out of
Okay.
10.
All right.
So I would like her 13, was it 13, right? 14,
This is 12th. This is the
12th.
12th record.
So 12th record, her sixth in 6 years.
Hmm.
So yeah, it doesn't quite hit the highs that I want from Taylor Swift.
Sure, yeah.
But also, yeah, I don't think it was ever meant to do that. It is
Yeah.
designated as a pop record,
Yeah.
as a catch-all record, as a um I want to get back into that pop mode, that pop feel. I've been hanging out
Yeah.
with Sabrina Carpenter, with
Right.
well, who's also on the album at the very end.
Yes, yeah.
That one, Life of the Showgirl, is not my one of my strongest ones here.
You know, I wasn't sure how I felt about it the first round through. It is also growing on me. I think it's definitely unique. It definitely doesn't sound a whole lot like anything the rest of the record before it. But I appreciate what it's trying to do. I see it as kind of the spiritual successor to Clara Bow off of the last record, which I did actually like. I like that song. One of the few songs on Tortured Poets I didn't hate. But that's not true. I actually like half of that record, I think. But yeah, like I think it's interesting for what it does to the Taylor canon, and I think it's complementary to several other Taylor songs. It's also kind of a flip side to the Lucky one when you think about it
Hmm.
too. It's like it follows a trajectory, and so I'm forgive it for not sounding very much like a piece with the rest of the record. She always has one of those. So no, I'm okay with that one. But I get it.
Okay.
You brought up
It just real quickly, it did feel
yeah.
like at certain songs she was retreading old ground,
I mean,
going
yeah.
kind of like back to the well of like what she knows.
I mean, you get to a certain point in your career and people do expect a certain thing from you, and she
Yes.
does deliver that. Like she has songs that are very clearly about high school, which is a staple of
Hmm.
hers. She has songs where very clearly she's like talking shit about somebody. Again, we'll get to that in a second. But like, yeah, like she does kind of play the Taylor hits in a lot of ways on this record, but I don't think that's a bad thing. That's the thing that I'm
Yeah, but see,
trying to,
it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it just means that you're immediately going to compare it to
yeah,
one of her previous songs, which
right.
could be better, could be worse, but most
Eh,
likely it's better than what she currently puts out.
it depends, but yeah, like I just think that, yeah, people are being overly harsh, is where I
Hmm.
think. And yeah, I will admit, just like everybody else, yes, some of the songs do feel a little overwritten. Taylor still has that problem of stuffing too many, like that post folklore problem specifically of stuffing too many lyrics into a verse. I agree. She does that several times here. I don't forgive her for that. Like, I'm not giving her a free pass. I will call that out. That being said, I think that the songs are such successful pop songs that I just don't care. Like like it gets me toward past that point where I'm thinking about it at some point because I'm just having such a good time just jamming to these songs and they're all pretty jammable. Like I think the only like even Father Figure, a song that I don't love lyrically because I'm like, this is really weird. Did she just like watch a lot of The Godfather or something and get into a certain mode? It's like the getaway car like she used the same like dictionary, like gangster dictionary she used for getaway car and wrote a different song from the collection of words and
Oh,
concepts.
you don't mind her swinging her dick around?
It's really weird. Speaking of dicks, Wood
Yes,
is a really fun song that has really stupid lyrics.
would.
Um, I loved the New Heights podcast shout out. I
Yes.
almost texted you when I heard that for the first time, but I was like, I'll wait. He's probably asleep. Yeah, I
No,
was
I'll do
like,
something else 9 o'clock on Thursday. We'll get there.
oh, we'll get there. But yeah, so needless to say, I don't. Some of the choices are baffling. I agree with people that are saying like, "What the hell?" Taylor's on some weird shit. But I'm very established on this podcast saying I like when Taylor gets weird. I think Midnight's is one of
Mhm.
her best records because it's super weird. It's willing to be weird. I like weird Taylor. And Wood is definitely weird Taylor. It's like, why are you writing a song about your fiance's dick? We'll never know, but she did that, and now we have it.
Mhm.
So there you go.
And it'll be
Um,
really weird when she sings it after they break up.
yeah, well, we'll see. I don't think that
We'll see.
I don't know about that.
You think that's the forever?
Maybe. Um, two things I want to hit on before we stop talking about this. I do want to talk about the Charlie in the room. We have to address it. But before
Okay.
we get there, I want to talk about the sexual stuff because it's interesting seeing the conversations online about this. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, Taylor thinks she can be Sabrina Carpenter and Chappell Brown, but she can't pull it off." And so that's why they think songs like Wood and a lot of the like sexual references on this record don't feel as committed as maybe Sabrina is able to pull off. And they're saying like, "Oh, well, it's just because she can't pull it off in the way they can because they're younger than her and there's a different energy and like there's a Gen Z kind of vibe to it that she can't pull off as a millennial." And I'm just curious to get your take on that because that definitely didn't pass my mind. Of course, as millennials, we're not exactly the best to answer this question. But I didn't get cringe as much as I did just, oh, Taylor, what are we doing? And so I was curious, like, because, like, yeah, like, I think it's a fair criticism, but I think she should be allowed. Like, right? Like, I don't think we should take away Taylor's ability to write songs about sex just because she's a little awkward and maybe fumbles it sometimes. I think she still should be able to do this. And so I don't get necessarily the argument that people are saying, like, oh, she's just stay in her lane and not try to be these younger women. I don't know.
I didn't really get that. There was one
Yeah.
song that I think it was actually romantic, where it sounded like she was trying to compete with Olivia Rodrigo on it.
Yeah. Yes, we'll get there again when we talk about that song. But yes.
Yeah, I believe that was that song. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think. Well, then, like when you got to Wood, I immediately thought, oh, this is direct response to Man's Best Friend. But then Man's Best Friend only came out like a month ago,
So it can't
and
be.
it
But
can't be. You're
I
right.
do want to say that I'm sure that she's had conversations with Sabrina about that because they're
Hmm.
very close. And so I've been thinking about this made up conversation in my mind the last few days. I've been like, I feel like she was probably saying, go for it. Like
Hmm.
Sabrina was to Taylor. I think Sabrina was probably very like, positive about that and being like, hey, no, if you want to write this stuff, write this stuff. It's fun. It's like a different kind of vibe for you. I'm sure she was encouraging it. And so this narrative about like, oh, well, she can't be Sabrina Carpenter is weird to me because Sabrina's right there. Like she was there in the studio. Like
Right.
if there was a problem, if she felt like Taylor couldn't get away with it, like I'm sure she would have said something. Like it's kind of weird this narrative
Ah,
people are making up.
tinfoil hat. Sabrina told her to keep it in there so she could sabotage her.
I don't think
5D
so.
chess move.
I don't know. I don't know. I
No,
do
it's not.
want,
But that's the thing
yeah,
that these albums are not made in a bubble, unlike
no, no.
folklore, unlike Evermore. They're not made in a
Right.
bubble. They're
No,
not
it's
made
very much
outside of
influenced.
influences.
You
They
can
are in the
definitely tell,
studio.
yes. You can tell
It,
she's listened to, she knows Sabrina's work. She has
mhm.
listened to that Chapel Roan record. You can absolutely tell just by some of these songs existing and being the way they are. She does not live in a vacuum. You're right. She does take influence from other people, especially other pop stars around her age. So it shouldn't be surprising when she tries new things. Yeah, sometimes they don't work as well as others, but like generally speaking, I encourage those swings. Like I want pop stars to do weird things and get weird. Taylor could be a lot weirder, honestly. For her amount of like power that she wields and freedom. But I don't know. I don't have a problem with it.
I don't either. Most of it is just being in the zeitgeist, being in what is current.
Yeah.
And, you know, we had a lot of sexual songs 25 years ago that
Right.
people probably don't remember. Bunch of dry humping on the dance floor, getting low on the dance floor, to the windows, to the
Yeah, it's
walls.
nothing new. I mean, you could
No, no, it's
we
not
could have
nothing
an
new.
even a longer version of this conversation where we talk about like, oh, I'm sure Taylor would probably use it as a defense to be like, well, the men do this all the time. Literally, like Harry
Mhm.
Styles' Watermelon Sugar is about eating a girl out. Like
Yep.
this is very clearly a sexist thing sometimes when people bring up, oh, it's weird. Like remember the whole cultural pushback from the Fox News said about WAP, Cardi B and
WAP. Yes.
yeah, Cardi B
WAP.
and Megan Thee Stallion. Like this has happened so many times, and like we wouldn't be talking about this if it was a male rapper because male rappers do this shit all the time. So yeah, it's just I don't know, it's weird. Anyway, we need to talk about just Charlie stuff real quickly here.
All right. So tell me
So
about eldest daughter.
so did you no? So when you first listened to actually romantic, did you catch the Charlie connection right away?
No.
Me neither. And it took me until reading some stuff that night before I went to bed. I was like, oh, and it hit me. And then when I listened to it a second time, I was like, oh, yeah, duh. This is very clearly a response song, which I did not see coming at all. I didn't think Taylor would even touch that. So it seems to be confusing. Like, I'm a little confused by it because there's two possibilities why Taylor chose to do this. One, which seems like the only thing that I can like think to be true, which is she just didn't like the fact that Charlie recorded a song about her, more or less, even though Sympathy as a Knife is mostly about Charlie's own feelings and her struggling with the fact that Taylor is around her circle. Like struggle it's a very vulnerable song. It's like a song about feeling like less than. It's a song about feeling like I want to be sympathetic towards this person, but I just can't because it's making me feel lesser. It's making me feel inferior to this mega superstar. And it was just that was all that song was trying to do. I think Charlie chose to write and record it and put it on Brat because of that emotion, not to shout out Taylor. I don't think Charlie's intentions were vicious, as Taylor puts it. And so, if that is what's going on here, if Taylor is just was listened to Sympathy as a Knife and was like, well, that's kind of like just didn't like the fact that Charlie even recorded it and wanted to have her response to it, then it's kind of disappointing. And Taylor doesn't need to be punching down like this. And worst case scenario, she just didn't understand what that song was talking about. That's possibility number one. Possibility number two, where I give Taylor maybe just a bit of a grain of salt, is there is a possibility there's more to this than we know. Like it could be more than just sympathy is a knife. There is that line the song opens with, which claims that Charlie called her a boring Barbie. If there were barbs like that further, like more that like that we don't know about, I also would get irritated and maybe I would like have a problem with that beyond just the content of the song that she wrote. So yeah, if there's context we're missing here, this makes a whole lot more sense. But as it stands, as people who are just listening to the two songs, it seems like a very strange way to respond to such a intimate song about Charlie's feelings.
Right.
Like,
Now,
right?
pause real quick. I
Yeah.
thought Nicki Minaj was the Barbie here.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Didn't
No.
she go around calling herself Barbie or Barbs?
No, she calls her fans Barbs. I mean,
Yes.
she has called herself Barbie in the past, but no, this is specifically she is saying that basically accusing Charlie of saying that.
Okay. I didn't get
Yeah.
that in the song.
Yeah, okay. Um, yeah, it's very clearly about her. It specifically mentions like it references more or less sympathy as a knife. It
Mhm.
references the fact that well, Charlie's now husband, allegedly what he something he also allegedly said. And so it's very clearly about her. Like there's not really I don't think there's a debate really to have about who this is about anymore. I think maybe for 5 minutes there was, but not anymore. I think it's very clear what she was trying to do here. But
Oh, I'm
what
not
was
going
it?
to add anything to more to
I was gonna say
this.
you don't have anything to say about this? Like
No. If you want to read that deep into the lyrics, go on ahead. They're there for you to pick apart and
well,
theorize, just like with all of her songs, you can pick apart and theorize.
well,
It's
there's
like
a
you pick
lot.
apart and theorize the whole like Taylor theory
Yeah,
iceberg that goes down, down, down to the
but in
depths
this
of the
case, she
Mariana
gave us
Trench.
but here's the thing is I hate to go all the snowman on you, but Mr. Policeman, she gave us all the clues. Like
Yes.
she released the thing on Mean Girls Day.
Yes.
She really like the song is called Actually Romantic. It is track 7 on the record. Track 7 on Brat is romantic. This was calculated in a way that again seems really inappropriate and unnecessary for Taylor. It all feels gross because Charlie is not this superstar. She's gotten more famous, certainly, and she had her biggest year ever last year. But she is not a billionaire. Like they are operating on different levels of success completely. And the idea of her having such like of Taylor having such personal like feeling such so personally attacked here does feel really out of place even for Taylor, who is known to write vindictive songs. It's just that typically her most vindictive songs don't have a clear person that she's, vindictive towards, besides Dear John. Like,
Really?
I mean,
I mean, I think Hey Stevens pretty vindictive. I think Torture
no.
Poets Department is pretty vindictive.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot. Okay, you're right. The Maddie Healy songs do get towards that. She literally calls him the smallest man who ever lived.
Yes.
So yeah, no, you're not wrong when you say that, but I think it hits a little hard. And yeah, I guess there's Thank You, Amy too. Damn it,
Mhm.
Tortured Poets is fucked. Um,
Haha.
but yeah, so no, maybe that's just what she's been doing lately. Is she just has no fucks to give anymore. She's just like, I'm just gonna name names now. Like you know who I'm talking about.
Is
I don't
this
know. It's
just
just
come with a level of success that it's hard to say no to someone who's written hit after hit after hit?
yeah. I do think that yeah, I would have hoped that Max Parton would have said, "Hey, is this a good idea?" But maybe not. I don't know. I don't know what was going on in that Swedish room, with those Swedes. I don't know. It's just such a weird choice in a career full of weird choices. Like this is not new for Taylor, but it's just a little weird. Like it's a little unfortunate, I think, because Charlie does not deserve that kind of treatment, as far as we know. Again, if there's context we're missing the only person who would know are the two of them or the flies on the wall or the other members of the 1975, and I bet they're not going to be talking.
I mean, that's why there's a whole bunch of like Taylor Swift conspiracy theory podcasts out there
Yeah.
that you can listen to and dive into. And
Yeah.
oh, she wore this specific color, meaning this specific thing.
Which is
And
like,
hey, she said herself, she's a mastermind.
yeah, this album and specifically this song is just such a gold mine for those people because there's a lot to
Yes.
dig into here and a lot of Taylor lore to write. But anyway, that's enough. I'll stop talking about it now. Overall, I like it. I think it's
Mhm.
probably in the middle pack of my ranking of all 12 of her albums. But that said, I still think this is like a 4 out of 5. I still think this is a really good record, and we'll probably end up on at least a top 10 this year, if not probably not top 5 for me, because I will probably listen to it a lot more than I already have. I do really enjoy this album.
All right. We will see where it lands
Mhm.
in a couple months because the end of the year is almost upon us.
Yeah, we will.
And oh man, I got looking at like what I have listened to this year,
Oh
and
yeah.
oof, might be struggling for some fives here.
Oh wow. Okay.
I didn't
Good
listen to
luck on that.
anything. Nothing that like pops out at me yet.
Yeah,
But the year's
well,
not over yet.
time. It's still time. All right, let's move on.
All right, let's keep going then into video games where we have new releases, starting with Little Nightmares Enhanced Edition for the PC, PS5, Xbox Series X, and the Switch 2.
Mhm.
This, of course, is coming alongside Little Nightmares 3 for everything. Wide release. You got it, you can play it. There's also Pixel Junk Eden 2 for the PC, PS4, and PS5. Snoopy and the Great Mystery Club for the PC, PS5, Xbox Series X, and the Switch. There's also Ease versus Trails in the Sky, Alternative Saga for the PC, PS5, PS4, and the Switch. Uh, we have Yuka Replay for the PC, PS5, Xbox Series X, and the Switch 2. Yes, this is indeed the remastered HD version of Yuka Laylee.
Yeah.
There's also King of Meat for the PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X. Hey, lastly, your big release of the week. It's time. Not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, but Battlefield 6 is here for the PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X.
Yep. Finally, full release. That was in early access for a while when they were doing beta tests of it. Now it's just out, so you can play Battlefield.
It's out, and
Hmm.
just like myself, I am out of playing it.
Yeah, no thanks.
Yes. Well, let's talk about Xbox, shall we?
Mhm.
Because open up your wallets.
Oh boy.
Microsoft has announced a 50% price increase to Xbox Game Pass Ultimate Edition. The Xbox Game Pass Ultimate will now cost $30. But this is per month, right?
Yes.
Per month. But we'll also be getting new additions, such as Fortnite Crew and the Ubisoft Plus Classics Collection. Microsoft claims that Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscribers will get access to over 75 day one titles each year, like Call of Duty, Black Ops 7, High on Life 2, Keeper, Ninja Gaiden 4, and The Outer Worlds 2, which are all slated for the remainder of this year within the next 3 months.
Hmm.
Xbox Game Pass now breaks down into the following three tiers. At the very, very bottom price, you have Xbox Game Pass Essentials. This is formerly the Core Edition and now retails for $10 per month. The Xbox Game Pass Premium, which was formerly the standard, but hey, now it's a premium, is $15 per month, which it was that $15 a month. That price is not changing. But the Game Pass Ultimate Edition is now $30 per month. Previously, $20 per month. So you get that extra $10 out of you each month, totaling an extra $120 for you each year. Unfortunately, Xbox still continues to not sell a yearly pass for Game Pass Ultimate, Premium, or Essential, meaning that you have to literally pony up every single month to keep your subscription alive and not let it lapse. It'd be nice if they had a year pass. It might come at a discount, but knowing Xbox and Microsoft probably won't if they ever did it.
Yeah. I mean, probably.
And as a response to this price increase, people have spoken with their wallets by putting their credit card away
Yeah.
and canceling their subscriptions.
I mean, there's a lot to read into this, and it does kind of dovetail with a lot of the other stuff and decisions that Xbox has been making this year, which is kind of we don't care if this thing grows anymore. It's just the vibe. They decided to sacrifice new subscribers to instead monetize existing subscribers and just try to drain as much money as they can from people who are on the upper tier of Ultimate, which I don't blame them really. At the same time, it's like not a great move for hearts and minds because as much as you want to like say like, oh well, you're getting a better deal and there's like more games than ever and you have access to Fortnite and that gives you V-Bucks every month. Like they're trying to push this argument, but ultimately it just reads as you want me to pay $10 more every month? And yeah, I don't blame people for going to that cancellation page and crashing it on day one because it's like, yeah, it's just this combined with Xbox consoles price going up twice, combined with the BDS boycott and Microsoft as a whole being so tied up in AI that it's distracting from literally everything else. It's just a bad look almost every single layer of this business at this point. It's just kind of embarrassing for them in some ways, where it just feels like they've just either they've given up completely on the idea of being a game company that people like, or their leadership right now doesn't understand what that even looks like anymore.
It's
It's
all
really
about the
brutal.
dollar signs. They got to find a way to pay for the Activision Blizzard King uh, acquisition
I
because it
don't like
recently
that.
came out that I saw the game people are playing on Game Pass, which is great. But that also means you're not selling the game for you're only getting money from outside companies, from PlayStation, from Steam, from well, it's not Nintendo, just from all these outside sources. So when you need money, when Microsoft needs to garner all this money and to help pay back all these this purpose for acquiring Activision, like yeah, Call of Duty Black Ops, it's still coming out, but if you have Game Pass, you're already getting it with your Game Pass. If you're excited for High on Life 2, you're already getting it with Game Pass Ultimate. Like that's why they want you subscribe to it because they know these games are going to keep coming out. They know that they're going to have to forcibly pump out these games, completed or not, to keep people subscribed to it. And that's the ultimate price is that at $20 a month, that's $240 a year. Okay, I can probably stomach that at a $20 a month price breakdown. But now you're asking to pay $30 a month, $360 a year, practically $1 a day just for Game Pass Ultimate. Now, if you're using it every day, yeah, that's a pretty solid investment that you can make there. But well, I don't really can't speak to this because I don't have an Xbox, so this is just me saying as a PlayStation. So, well, that's not even true because I'm playing Hades 2 on the Switch right now. As a PlayStation main consoleist, let's put it that way, having to pay just 70, well, it was $70, $100, 120 now a year, like that's more substantial than trying to pay $360 for the entire year.
Yeah,
That's why I'm
it's
sticking with PlayStation because it ends up being a better deal. Even if I'm already like have the games or no, I want the games that come out, or even if I don't like the games that come out,
Yeah,
at least it's still like might be new, might be interesting. It's kind of like round robin, but that's why I pay up for the extra so I can get some day ones on it, like blueprints, which will end up on the end of the year list when we get there.
speaking of. Yeah, sorry, I missed some stuff there. Breaking car news.
Yes.
Now they're not sure if it will be repairable after all, and we're back to square
Ha!
one. It's been a fun week over here, let me tell
Yeah,
you.
speaking of back to square one, Microsoft's got to go back to square one to discover what makes Game Pass worth it anymore.
That's the thing. It's like it feels like they're giving up. Like I said earlier, it has the vibe of the end of times for them, where they just have ran out of again, any feeling that they have that the people playing their games are the ones that they should be serving, that they ones that should be making happy. It just seems like corporate decisions have just pounded all of the game loving people at the Xbox division into sand at this point. And they all just threw up the white flag.
It's not about the money till it's all about the money. And Microsoft
Yeah.
has been all about the money since Vista.
It doesn't, well, I mean, hey, even further back, you remember the joke used to be when you wrote Microsoft on the early internet, you put a dollar sign instead of the S. It was used, that used
Yes.
to be the joke. They've always been this company. It's just that over time, I think with Xbox especially, they kind of, let's say, greenwashed it a little bit. And
Haha.
was like, we're like trying to be like, yeah, but we make the video games you like now. We're not evil. No, we have Halo. You guys love Halo, right? And I think that a lot of people were willing for that period of time to give them a benefit of the doubt. The 360, I think, changed a lot of hearts and minds. But ever since then, starting with the Xbox One, they've thrown all of that goodwill slowly out the window. Just like with every generation, they're just pouring a little bit more of that garbage out, more and more, and we're getting to the end of that garbage. There's nothing left. And I think that they know that tank is empty.
You mean the black square mini fridge that has zero effort of a design poured
Yeah.
into it?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly that. Thank you. All right. Enough talking about that.
I love beating this dead horse though. That's okay. Let's beat another horse. Hades
Yeah.
2.
Yeah, I played more of it.
Did you are you able to go to the
No.
top yet? No?
No, I still can't
No?
find the what you found because you got lucky. I read where to get it, and I went down to the place where you're supposed to get that,
Hmm.
and the guy did not give me that. I don't know why people say, yeah, he gives you it because he has not given it to me. So I don't know
Okay.
where I'm supposed to get it.
Like I said, I don't remember where I got it, but I just remember it was like one of those mystery seeds that I planted and
Yeah,
eventually it sprouted.
I just have to keep grinding for mystery seeds, I guess, at this point. Because I mean, I'm gonna go down there. Again, I'm trying to be spoiler free. I'm gonna go down there whenever the opportunity is offered to me.
Yes.
But it's not always offered to me. It's not always an option for me
Hmm.
because roguelite. And so yeah, I just have to keep playing. And I unlocked the skull weapon. I don't think I like it.
Oh, I just unlocked the skull weapon.
Yeah, I don't think I like it.
Okay. Because once I was able to go to the top, I've been going to the top, been going to the top, been going to the top.
Right.
I got to Olympus,
Ooh.
died halfway through it. Actually, no, I died at the boss. Which I was like, ooh, surprise boss. Like it, like where they're going with that. I like
Yeah.
the little hints they sprinkle both down and up for it. But that's also what I like about this game is that no matter what route you take, they both interact with each other. And if you get bored with one route, unlike Hades, where okay, you have to slug through the same route over and over again. If you get bored or you're like feel like you've done enough, you can
Yeah.
go back to the other route because
Go
that's
the
what I
other way.
did.
It's really smart.
And I got all the way to Kronos now because of it.
Nice. Oh, I didn't tell you. I finally beat Kronos.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, so that was my first time I ever did it, thanks to you, because I decided to just bite the bullet and go into God mode. And
Ha.
so, yeah, sure enough, my first God mode round, I beat Kronos. Because of course I did. Because I was already up to the point where I was getting to Kronos, just dying there. And so, of course, God mode gave me the extra little
Should
20%
push.
push to get me there. And that's exactly what did it.
Yep.
So,
I got to
yeah.
Kronos, but I didn't have any more of my second life tokens.
Yeah, that's tricky.
And I was like,
Real
ooh,
tricky.
yes. I knew going in, I was like, I'm glad that I'm here, but also know I'm not going to
Yeah.
last long. I did it's longer
Yeah.
than I thought I was going to do
That's good. Yeah.
at like 30 or 40% health.
That's good. That's good. No, I'm not gonna say anything.
Oh,
There's a
about
question I
Kronos.
have for you, but I don't want to spoil anything, so I'm not gonna ask you that question.
All right.
Anyway, I think the good tactic to remember there is just go make sure you have a lot of money right before the Chronos
Oh no, yeah, no,
uh
I saw my
route
money like,
because yeah,
wow, I have a
so
lot of
much
money.
shit you can
Why
buy.
can't I
Yeah.
find anything? And then I got to the end, like, oh, here's where I can spend
Here's
everything now.
where
Thank
you
you.
can go on a shopping spree at the end and really get some good stuff for that last big
Yes.
push. Anyway, besides Hades
Anyways,
2, though, you've also been playing a new video game that I'm sure you're dying to talk about.
yes. So instead of listening to Taylor Swift at 9 p.m. on a Thursday,
Yes.
I pre-ordered, booted up, and fired up Digimon Story, Time Stranger. Sorry,
Yes.
let me rephrase that. Game of the Year,
Wow.
Digimon
Okay. All
Story,
right. You're
colon,
coming in hot.
Time
You're coming in
Stranger.
too hot. Cool down. Cool
I
down a
know,
little
just talking
bit.
about Hades 2 and how it's like Game of the
Yeah.
Year.
Yeah.
Then we have this one.
There's
This
a
is
lot.
a Digimon
Yeah.
game made by fans for fans. It takes what's essentially a JRPG turn-based battle system from the previous Digimon Story games and amplifies it and makes it so much better, so much cleaner. I like where I can either like force myself to get into the system and play it as intended. I also like that I can be very passive with it and just level everyone up and just head rush into everything. Also, a lot of mechanics that I had really, I think they were limited by the system uh prior because the previous Digimon story games were on the Vita and not on console proper until they got ported over to console proper. But a lot of the limitations that they had, especially with the scope of the game, the amount of people walking around, the amount of Digimon there, the amount of movesets, the amount of easy way of life convenience in it, just very limited by its just broke it. They broke it. They started from scratch and say, okay, what did we complain about that we want to fix here? And they
Yeah.
fixed literally everything.
That's
I
good.
no longer have to go to one specific place to digivolve everyone. I no longer have to go to one specific place to level up everyone. I never have to go to one specific place to like have this intimate menu. No, it's all there, accessible to me, wherever I go. It's so great. Leveling up is so easy. Leveling down is so easy. It tells you which skill tree you're using. It's so easy. That's the other thing. There's an additional skill tree here with different like motivational like crest symbols in it too, depending on how your Digimon respond to stuff.
Yeah.
And it's so easy to use to flip-flop between them, especially if you're trying to like Digimon to a specific Digimon.
Mm.
And all your friends are there too. All the Digimon are there. No, no, I mean that like
All the stars are
in
here.
when you're in the digital world, like as a fan of Digimon, there's
Mhm.
certain Digimon that just commonly go together because you see them in the anime together. You see them as companions together. So when you're walking around the digital world and you see them, you're like, oh, that makes sense. You guys were the same season. Oh, that makes sense. You guys are kind of the same like partners. Oh, that makes sense. I see you guys. There's just the little details everywhere that the world feels lived in. The world feels
Mhm.
a lot bigger, and the battle system is so much smoother, so much cleaner. This is a lot of love poured into this game, a lot of hard work poured into this game, and you can see it everywhere you turn. It is so good. Even if you're not a fan of Digimon and just a fan of JRPGs or even monster games,
Yeah.
it's so smooth and so easy to get to. Oh, plus, there's a freaking card game in here as well.
Of course there is.
That's so fun to use and play. And I'm running around like, oh, card battle over there. Let me go do this. It's very, very fun, very, very
Yeah.
exciting. I'm happy I bought this.
Yeah.
I there's a new game plus mode and a mega plus mode. I can't wait to get into that. Can't see wait to see where the story gets into. I know I'm only like scratching the surface of it here, like within the first like couple hours.
Mhm.
Uh, but I love everything about this game. I want more of this game. There's DLC coming.
There you
I'm
go.
thinking maybe I should have purchased it, but I'm gonna wait and see like what actually comes with it first.
Wait and see. Yeah, finish what you
Yeah.
have first. No, yeah, what you're saying matches with a lot of what I've seen on the internet. Seems like people who were already excited about this are just gushing about how streamlined and how good of an experience it is. It's been just such a great couple of years for RPGs, and this is just, I think, adding to that sentiment. Like people are just talking about how great it is. The only thing that I'm noticing is that people who are not into Digimon, I don't know what it's going to take to get people to try it. I think there's a big barrier, I think, for people who are not like do not have nostalgia for the franchise or even haven't played other games in this series that might not know how good it is just because of the name on the box. But I'm hoping that this is the game that pushes it over that threshold where people stand up and notice, oh, actually, they've refined this formula so much that now we can safely say this is just a good like you were saying, it's just a good RPG. It's just a good like one of these monster collecting games. It's like gone beyond now what we thought of just a Digimon adaptation. Because yeah, I'll speak for myself. Like I was definitely dismissive of the Digimon games in prior generations just because they were Digimon games. I was like, well, it's a Digimon game. How good could it be? But
Well, what's really gonna be
turns
fun
out
is
good.
when the next Pokemon Legends game comes out
Uh,
next month,
yes.
and people are gonna be going through it and comparing, like, oh,
Oh,
there's better mechanics over here. Oh,
it's
they do
already
this
happening.
better over here.
It's
And
already happening even before ZA is out. I've already
yes.
seen the Pokemon and the Digimon camps on the internet be throw like skirmish with each other,
Hmm.
throw rocks at each other from the sides of the battlefield already. It's already happening.
Oh yeah.
And the Pokemon fans are the most bitter of all because they know that they don't have a whole lot of great games to call their own
They
lately.
know that this is possible now on the
Yes.
systems,
Yes.
but they're not getting it in their game
And of course, the ultimate question is, will the quality of the Digimon game make Pokemon games better? Absolutely not. No, because the Pokemon Company and Nintendo as a whole live in their own little bubble and are not influenced by anybody. And so, no, Game Freak's going to still make Pokemon the way that they want to make it, and then it's never going to change. So, yeah,
because they know they can get a set amount of dollars
yes,
each and every
every time.
time they put one of those things out.
In exactly. All right.
Okay,
Anyway,
my last pitch on you is the actual story of the game.
I've heard it's good.
Do you like mysteries? Do you like some time travel mysteries?
I mean, I know
Do you
you
like
do.
some, I didn't know it. Do you like just Greek mythology lore
Oh,
thrown
geez, this
into
is
it?
no wonder you like this so much. This is like checking all of your narrative boxes too. Like, that's
Yes.
crazy.
The Digimon server that they're in is the
Uh-huh.
world of Iliad,
Of course it is.
the creature that is your companion,
Oh my God.
uh, is basically a satyr,
Oh,
a
gee, of course
Digimon.
it is. Quick question. What's the combat? Is the combat turn-based or real time?
It's turn-based. It's not real
It
time.
is.
Yes,
Okay, interesting.
but there is a auto battle system
Sure, yeah.
where it can feel like real time.
Okay, because I was
There
gonna
are some
say
real time
like
mechanics too, where you can enable what's called your crossarts. It's your buff to buff
uh
up your Digimon to do a one shot on the opposing Digimon, or like increase like your health if you're running low.
okay, because the reason why I ask is because everything you're saying actually sounds like something Christy would like. I don't know if she has any knowledge about Digimon at all, but I don't know, maybe.
I'm not
Anyway.
sure, but yeah,
Hmm.
no, it's fun for me. I'm liking it. I keep thinking about going back into it every single chance that I get. And I want to see where the story goes. I see the threads in how it's like all connected, but how you actually get there and seeing all the other, especially the other Greek god Digimon that are littered throughout here.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's fun. Pounding around with Minervamon is quite a blast.
Well, I'm glad. All right. Enough.
All right.
But you'll keep us updated, I'm sure, as you play more.
Yes, I will. But we have to keep on
Yes. Keep on
chugging.
trucking because there's a lot to talk about still.
Yep. going into the television section. Start the television section with the sports corner. Do, do, do,
Yes,
do.
it's
And
here.
this is now appropriate because
Yes.
as of, well, a couple hours ago, today, NHL season is here. Hockey pucks have been dropped. The Florida Panthers have raised their unfortunate second banner. And now everyone has a shot at winning the Stanley Cup again, except for the Anaheim Ducks because they're just terrible each year.
Oh.
But hey, everyone starts at 0-0, and all the limitless potential of all those losses coming their way. Speaking of infinite losses coming their way, the 1972 Dolphins, yes, those Dolphins, celebrate this past weekend as nobody goes undefeated in the NFL except for them, with everyone getting at least one loss. But luckily, everyone at least has one win, except for the New York Jets, who continue the winless season, chasing that elusive 0-18 record.
Oof.
I mean, to be fair, the current worst record is 0-16 by the Lions. But now they're good now. So, hey, Jets, there's a possibility.
Worth it.
Worth it. All right. Speaking of terrible teams, if we're in the D League for the football, Texas, you know, former number one ranked in the preseason Texas. Well, then they lost to the Ohio State. And then they lost this past weekend. And that was enough because they've officially dropped out of the top 25 AP poll rankings, the fastest to ever do it in 8 weeks.
Yeah.
The previous record was 12 weeks, but to do it in eight is everyone's just very, very hyped on the prospect of Arch Manning just leading them to victory without ever having seen him actually play in a college level experience. Like, yeah, he can sling 5 touchdowns, but they also may end up losing that game because the defense isn't there because defense wins championships. But uh Texas is down. Arch stock is down. You can get them on the cheap if you really want it. All right. And lastly, the one you are very giddy for, baseball season. It's
Oh my
October.
God, these playoffs have been incredible so far.
Yeah, they are.
Oh my God.
Baseball
Oh
postseason
my God.
October is here.
Yeah, it's been heat, nonstop heat.
Yep, we
Do you
already got
like pitching?
eliminated. Oh,
Yeah.
we love pitching.
Do you like pitching? Because this has been just badass pitcher after badass pitcher giving you exactly what you want every time.
Yep. Eliminated from the playoffs are, unfortunately, going to say goodbye to the Guardians, the Reds, Ox,
Yeah.
and the Padres.
Yeah, wasn't there a year again.
Again, oh no, who could have saw that coming?
I mean, I was
They,
hot. You roll back the tape. I was very hot on them after the trade deadline, them and the
yep,
Mariners. And, well, the Mariners are still here, but the Padres are not.
that's right. The Mariners are so hot that they have finally won their first
Hey.
home playoff game in over 20 years.
Although they play today again, I believe. So that could happen. That could change.
Yes.
Let
Hey,
me actually pull up live results just in case that's already changed.
uh,
Oh,
I was looking at hockey results right
it is
now. They're
happening
2-2.
right now, actually, and the Mariners are alive to the tune of 3-0 at the top of the fourth. So thumbs up
We're rooting
Mariners.
for
But
the
anyway,
Mariners, right? Yay, Mariners,
I
boo Astros.
well, the Astros are out, but yeah, no, like I do like the idea of them making it more than I do the Tigers. I like the Tigers as a
Mhm.
team. They're scrappy guys, but I would rather see the Mariners.
I think a lot of people would like to see the Mariners, especially Big Dumper
Oh
out
yeah,
there making big
I want to
dumps
see Big
everywhere.
Dumper in the World Series. I have my World Series matchup already in my head, and I'm hoping that it happens.
Don't tell me it's all West Coast teams.
Well, no, I want Mariners Brewers is what I want.
I know you do.
That's the most interesting game because neither of those teams have won the World Series before. So,
Right, but then there's the Dodgers right there. So
who cares? I'm so over the Dodgers. I'm so mad right now that because they did the thing that I said they were going to do last week, which is the narrative was going into the playoffs. Well, we're not sure if they have it. They kind of slipped in. The bullpen's a problem. And wait, when did we hear this? Last year. And sure enough, the exact same playbook is repeating itself, where we all counted them out, and suddenly playoff Dodgers are here, and Kike is hitting, and Teoscar is hitting, and they can't be stopped. And I'm like, what is happening? It's so frustrating. Why do they do this every year?
because that's when the paychecks get cashed.
Not Otani's. He has to wait for that one.
Yes, he's got to wait another 10 years for
It's
this
just,
for
yeah,
that to pay dividends.
it's frustrating.
Yes. All right. Anyways, that is sports. And we're only a couple weeks away from the most glorious time of the year where all sports are going out the exact same time, starting October 21st, because that's when the NBA tips off.
Yep.
All right, so let's get some TV news, shall we?
Yeah. All right, let's move on. We're going to talk about some peanuts. Not the salted kind, not the dry roasted kind that
We
you
just
might
talked
get in the
about baseball, the
ballpark.
peanuts and the Cracker
You
Jacks.
know, that's what I'm saying. I was just you stepped on the toes of where I was going. I was going to do a baseball joke. But no, instead of baseball, we're going to talk about the Peanuts of the Peanuts Gang, aka the famous Charles Schulz comic strip that became, of course, a series of television specials. Well, the specials train is not done yet because they are staying put at Apple TV for their animated specials, with the streamer inking a 5-year deal extension to keep Charlie Brown and Friends on the service until 2030, which is a real year that we will have to face in 5 short years. The extension marks an expansion of the partnership between Apple and WildBrain, Peanuts Worldwide, and Lee Mendelson Film Productions, the trio that bring you the Peanuts entertainment. Original Peanuts shows on Apple TV Plus already include Camp Snoopy, Snoopy Presents It's the Small Things, all of them, I guess. Charlie Brown, or Small Things Charlie Brown, sorry, and Peanuts in Space Secrets of Apollo 10. An upcoming animated feature film, first announced in 2023 as a follow up to the Peanuts movie from 2011, is also currently in production. Classic holiday specials will still be free on select weekends, though, so don't worry about having to have an Apple TV subscription if you want to see the Great Pumpkin or the Christmas one that everybody loves. So
You forgot
we
about
still,
Thanksgiving Charlie Brown.
I I think it's the weakest of the three, honestly. I don't usually watch it because it's like it's only
What?
tangentially about Thanksgiving.
You don't
Also,
like
they do
Snoopy cooking popcorn
it's not
and jelly
super
beans and
it just
toast?
doesn't feel as of the like as important to the season as Great Pumpkin does for Halloween and Christmas does for Christmas.
Yes.
It's the weakest one. It also came the latest. That was like a 70s one, and I think they lost some juice by that
If you
point.
have to rate the three, you put that one third.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yes. Christmas, of course, is number one because of course
All
it
right.
is.
Of course, it's everyone's number one.
Yeah, yeah, Christmas. Anyway, I'm excited for this. I know Christy will be excited for
Mhm.
this. More peanuts is a good thing. We love Snoopy here. We're
Yeah,
a
same
Snoopy positive
here.
household.
Also, that movie, was that really 2011?
That was a long time ago. Yes.
The
I
Peanuts
recently
movie.
rewatched it because Christy hadn't seen it before. And yeah, it's all over a decade old.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it's been a while.
doesn't feel like it. Doesn't feel like it.
I know.
Maybe it is.
Pretty crazy.
We're kind of old.
Yeah, a little bit. Anyway.
Anyways, have you watched anything?
No, still working on finishing stuff that we've started. It's taking a while. But uh wait, I thought you talked about this last week.
I did. I
Okay.
don't know what this
So
is here.
we're
Let's take
good.
that
We
out.
checked that box. So did you watch anything this week?
Yes, Love is Blind is back.
Oh, well, I mean, that matters.
Love is Blind is back. They're
Yeah.
in Denver this time. Everyone is utter trash. It's
Mhm.
fantastic
Because they're in Denver or just in general?
because they're trash. because because we already had two people ghost everyone. They literally just walked out of the experiment from the pods. Just like, okay, bye. I'm not gonna say anything. And just like, what? You can do that? It's crazy. It's chaotic. It's delicious trash TV, and I know it's trash TV, but I love it.
Um,
But yeah, not watching anything else of note. Olenberg's in the building, still going on, has not wrapped up yet. We'll talk about it when it does.
Yep. All right, cool. Let's move on then into cancellations and renewals.
What am I no longer watching?
You're almost about to wrap up The Shy on Paramount Plus, which you've spelled wrong here, because it will end after its eighth season.
I didn't spell it wrong.
There's an
Oh, I
E.
spelled this wrong.
Yeah, Paramount Plus.
Yeah, Paramount. Uh,
Paramount.
yeah, so season 8 was announced back in May. They just
Yeah,
confirmed that
that'll be it.
it will now be its last.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on. The Ultimatum Queer Love canceled after two seasons on Netflix. Apparently, not enough people cared about the lesbian and gay version of the Ultimatum as that they were hoping.
Nope, apparently. I mean, even the ultimatum should have just gotten one season, honestly.
Yeah. The Great North has been canceled after five seasons on Fox, but Bob's Burgers persists.
How
Is
that
the
got 5 seasons, I don't know, but okay.
people must have liked it enough to keep it going. When Hope Calls: Brookfield will get a third season on Great American Family, which is still a network. Lioness will get a third season on Paramount Plus. Ballard will get a second season on Prime Video. Then we have a couple of deaths to talk about. First up, I'll do the entertainment one first.
Yes.
Dame Patricia Routledge, age 96, was an actress, starred in movies such as Keeping Up Appearances and Darling of the Day, and won a Tony back in 1968.
Yep. And knighted, hence the
Yes, hence
Dane
the
portion.
Dame. And then we also lost pop culture, I guess, relevant figure and important science figure, Jane Goodall, also a dame. Fun fact. Age 91. Yes, that Jane Goodall, English zoologist and primatologist, founder of the Jane Goodall Institute and Roots and Shoots. And yes, of course, famous for teaching us all about apes and to how to appreciate them more as our ancestors and why that's important. There's a really good clip that's been going around from a documentary that I guess was filmed right before her death, where she talks about how she feels right now about certain people in culture, and it's good to know that she seemed like she was always on the right side of history and just doing good scientific work for humanity, which is good.
You mean one of the most caring people
Hmm.
ever to walk this earth
Seriously,
has thoughts on
like
the current political climate?
you would think, right? But yeah, like yeah, just the dedication she always showed throughout her entire long life to her causes. Just if only everybody could be like that, and we would live in a much better world.
Right.
All right.
But unfortunately, we do have more to get to.
We have one last section to get to, which is movies, and we start the movies with the weekend box office numbers. And thank you. I take a win this week because I was right not to doubt the queen of pop culture this week. Because Taylor
I
Swift,
say our Taylor math failed us. Otherwise, it would
sure,
have been right.
but my Taylor math was correct because Taylor Swift's The Official Release Party of a Showgirl, which was her theatrical event that coincided with the release of Life of a Showgirl, the record, made $34 million in its opening week, its only week, making, yeah, so yeah, that's pretty impressive for a thing that was basically a music video and a bunch of the YouTube visualizers on the big screen.
Mhm.
So congratulations, Swifties. You may have gotten duped, but it led to a win for me, and that brings us to a nice tie.
I mean, we're still under 500 here between the
Yes,
two of us.
but at least we are tied with each other,
Yes, we're both at
which is
11 and 17 going
so
in.
wipe the board. We got a clean slate to work with starting
Hey,
this
it's a
coming
whole
week.
new ball game now.
Whole new ball game, which is good because we do have more movies to get to. Number two, One Battle After Another made the list at number two this week with $11 million. That's at 42 million total domestic. Number three, The Smashing Machine made $6 million in its first weekend. Number four, Gabby's Dollhouse, the movie, which I only just now found out thanks to a bus stop, is live action and not animated,
Mhm.
which is getting made $5.3 million this week. That's at 21. And rounding out your top five, The Conjuring Last Rites made another $4.1 million. That's 167 million. All the way down to number nine was your other debut this week, Good Boy, with only $2.3 million.
As for the other release that we talked about last week, Michael
Yes.
did not release this
Did not
week. Instead,
release.
it's getting punted to April of 2026, which is why you didn't
Got
see
it.
any marketing for it.
That makes sense. However, we do have three movies that are coming out this week, and one clear, I think, number one, if you ask me.
Okay.
Uh, but first, we have Roofman,
Roof Man, this is Channing Tatum, action comedy, I believe.
Okay, all
Stars
right.
Channing Tatum,
Okay,
being very Channing Tatum in this.
got it. We have a movie
Channing
that
his
has
Tatum.
yes, he's tanning his Chatham as we speak. We also have a movie with a very entertaining name. If I had legs, I'd kick you.
This is A24 in a
Ah,
dramedy.
as
Not
they
going
are
to do well
wont
here.
to do. No, probably not, because they both those movies has to go up against Disney's juggernaut Tron Ares, the third in the Tron franchise, starring
But the first with
Jared
Jared Leto,
Leto. Ugh, yeah, I'm not excited about that part. I am interested in this film just because it is a continuation of the Tron story. However, early reviews don't look great,
it
so I don't know
doesn't
if I will.
matter. It's got the Tron
Yeah,
name.
so I don't know if I'm gonna. I'm personally gonna spend money on this, but needless to say, yes, this will be your number one movie. We just need to pick a number, and since I picked a number, well, we kind of mathed a number last week, but I'll let you pick something for us this week.
All right. Taylor Swift just did 35 million at the
Mhm.
box office. Is Jared Leto more popular than Taylor Swift?
No, objectively, that is not the case.
Okay. Will he make more money at the box office than Taylor Swift?
I don't think you're asking the right question. I don't think the question is, can Jared Leto do it? I think the question is, does the Tron
Is the
name
Tron name?
still carry weight enough for this to make $30 million?
I'll put 35. You want to go 30?
I mean, yeah, sure. If you were thinking 35, I think 30 makes sense. And I'll pick the under because I just don't feel like this has the juice.
I think it's got the Tron name. I think it's got the Nine Inch Nails attached to it. I think
Yeah,
when people see Tron, they think visuals and soundtrack, not necessarily who's starring in it.
maybe.
So 35 is a very, very low bar to clear for a Tron film. And if it doesn't, I think it goes back on the shelf for another 20 years,
Oh, probably. Well, we'll
which
find
is
out
where
next
Jared Leto
week.
should be as well,
Yeah, for sure.
for other
All right.
reasons.
We'll find out. But what may be a future hit is the subject of our movie story this week.
I think you
Um,
mean our movie story.
movie story this week because yes, the world of the Moomins is coming soon to a theater near you. Moomin characters and Annapurna announced today that they are bringing the creatures to life in a feature to be directed and written by none other than Steven Universe creator Rebecca Sugar. It's the first Moomin film produced in the US because, of course, the Moomins were created by Finnish artist and writer Tova Jansson during World War II. If you don't know who the Moomins are, some people might not. They're gentle, round trolls who live in a place called Moomin Valley, a magical place where adventures are always waiting around the corner, and the values of friendship, bravery, and respect are ever present. The Moomins books, on which the film is based, have been published in more than 60 languages, with TV adaptations in 120 countries. The one that you probably have seen, the Japanese anime that was localized here and dubbed.
Mhm.
A Moomin comic strip drawn by Jansen was also syndicated in 40 countries. So this is a worldwide cultural sensation. Christy is a huge Moomin fan. If you need a Moomin fix now, I highly recommend just search Moomin on YouTube, and there is a channel that is just running a live stream of constant episodes of that anime. So if you need to know what the Moomins are, that is a perfect introductory.
Right. Now I know you describe them as round trolls,
Mhm.
but really they look more like anthropomorphic rounded cows,
They
hence
look hippo-like too.
moo.
I could see cows, but yeah, hippos are another because
Little
the big
hippos,
kind of
yeah.
nose that they have. But they're trolls. They're trolls. One of the characters
Yes.
is even called Moomin Troll. So yes.
Lore wise, they are trolls, yes.
Yes. But yeah, generally speaking, yeah, the Moomins are quality stuff. I think they're interesting because they're not they're willing in a way to get dark sometimes. Some of the plots are a little bit on the darker side. The younger characters are often endangered in ways that you don't see a lot in American children's stories. It's definitely a very Finnish vibe, very European in its creation, and so if that sounds like it would tickle your fancy, go check out the Moomins. But yes, what a match in heaven here. I think Rebecca Sugar is a perfect choice for this. I think they're also a creator that likes to have stories about children that are in danger or at least faced or facing impossible
Impossible
odds.
odds.
Yeah, and I think that this is a definite great match.
Yep. And because Rebecca Sugar, it's most likely to stick with the animated feature and not
Hmm.
do the live
Yes.
action hybrid animation
Yeah.
that the Smurfs recently did.
Yeah.
Another international icon.
Yeah, I would have bet that this is a traditionally animated feature, especially with Annapurna's backing. You don't have to worry about the big studios
Yep.
causing, like, making it, forcing it to be CG. So that's good news. All right.
Yep.
That's it for movie news. And that means, folks, we are done with the Media Boat podcast, unless you have a
That is
movie that you need to
it.
talk about.
Nope, did not watch any
One of us
movie.
has to see one battle after another sooner than later.
Yes, it's on my
Um,
list because it
yeah,
is getting
same.
good Oscar buzz. Probably
Yes.
gonna end up on a short list somewhere.
Oh,
I did
easily.
I was reading an article where other Paul Thomas Anderson films
Oh,
got a spike in streaming, like Licorice Pizza, like The Phantom
mhm.
Thread.
Yes. I just realized I did watch a movie this week,
Okay,
but
maybe I
I
watched
won't.
it too, and I forgot about it too.
Or did we talk about it last week?
What are we talking about?
Did we talk about the Naked Gun last week?
We did not talk about the Naked Gun.
Okay, then I did watch that since we recorded, right?
Okay, because
Did
that
we not
is
talk about
currently
it
streaming
last
on
week?
Paramount Plus, but you can also
Yeah.
buy it on video on demand.
Then I'll write it
Um,
down here. I thought I
I
did
have
talk
not
about
watched
it.
it. I said I was going to watch it, but then
Yeah,
I went out of town.
maybe that's what it
And then the
was. Is
person I
you
was
said
gonna
you're
go watch
going
it with
to.
also went out of town.
Yeah.
And then we never got around to watching it in the theater.
Well, here's what I'll say is I know you're on the record for not necessarily being a huge fan of the movies that inspired this kind of thing.
Hmm.
So I don't know where you'll land on it. However, I had a great time with it. I think it's fantastic. It's very, very funny. There's one sequence in particular that I cannot spoil at all because it's just one of the funniest things I've seen in a movie in a very, very long time. Um, Liam Neeson is spectacular in it. Like they cast the perfect person in for this role. He's great. He takes it so seriously that you just can't help but like just think it's the most hilarious thing in the world. Pamela Anderson is spectacular in this thing. We already knew that she was an actor, like for recent or her recent dramatic turns, but wow, she can do comedy too. Just like an amazing performance from her and Liam Neeson. Just a great, fun script, directed just with the right pace that you want by Akiva Schaffer. It's just a fantastic film, and definitely, I think, is worthy of the naked name, and definitely is the exact homage you want to those Zucker brothers films. So I think that it works in every way. Not perfect. I definitely don't think it's like the best comedy I've seen in years. But it's definitely funny and definitely worth a watch if you like those Zucker brothers films, like Airplane, like the Naked Gun films, like Top Secret, like you know,
Hmm.
et cetera. All those films.
All right. Now compare it to Popstar, which we both love.
This is tough for me specifically. I think Popstar is ultimately the better movie in my mind,
Hmm.
because it's more of a subject matter that is more funny to me. And I do like the cultural stuff that it plays around with. But I feel like Popstar is more esoteric than The Naked Gun, and The Naked Gun is broader, which I think more people may like The Naked Gun more at the end of the day because of that. So it's ultimately a personal
Okay.
choice thing.
All right. Did you watch it streaming or did you pay for the video on demand?
I watched it on Paramount Plus streaming.
Okay. So you did not cancel it.
No, we still haven't.
Okay.
Because Christy is anticipating the new seasons of Matlock and Elsbeth, unfortunately, so we have to keep it around.
And Big Brother, you gotta get your Big Brother on.
We don't watch Big Brother yet. She's threatened it a couple times, like we should get into Big Brother. We haven't yet. It
Yes,
hasn't happened here.
I've been threatened to get into Big Brother every time it comes around.
We should, well, if we're gonna do it, if one of us is gonna do it, we should both apparently then just jump in. So maybe I'll tell Christy that you and Kristen are also on the edge, and if we all four of us just fall over into the deep end at once, then we just have all of us to
We
blame.
have all us to blame. Yes.
Exactly. So I'll pitch this idea to her, and maybe by next week, well, I'll let you know.
All right.
All right, that's it.
But that'll do it for us here of this episode.
Yes, no more podcasts. Until next week, though. We'll have another show, of course, next week, so stay tuned. If you want to see the Media Boat podcast in video form, you can go to our YouTube channel by searching Media Boat Podcast on YouTube. Like, subscribe, and comment. You can also click the bell, singular, for notifications is the word I was trying to say, when new videos go live. You can also hear us in audio form. Just search Media Boat Podcast on podcast services of your choice. You can also find us on the internet on MediaBoatPodcast.com, on Blue Sky by searching MediaBoat Podcast there, and by emailing us if you have questions, comments, feedback, anything. MediaBoatPodcast at gmail.com is that email address, and we will read your emails here on the show. All right, that'll do it for this week. We will be back next week for even more news and thoughts, so stay tuned for that.
Yeah, more news, more thoughts, more MLB eliminations.
Yes, baseball news.
Yes. That's
All right,
next time.
catch ya.
Okay, bye.